this one for some reason. Is that better? A little bit better. Yeah. Ugh. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering we're about to put ourselves through a lot more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started with our hip cars. Hip cars look a little bit like this. We're going to start by lifting our knee up as high as we can. Then we're going to open up, point that knee to the side, lift up a little bit higher, open a little bit further back behind you, rotate the leg so that the heel comes up, is hidden behind the knee, and from the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. All right. From here, we're going to keep on rotating. We're going to bring the knee down. We're going to lift the ankle up. Wah! Knee down, ankle up, ankle up, ankle up. Feel the contraction in your hamstrings. Bring the leg down and back. All right. When you bring the leg down and back, I want you to flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Feel the stretch right here in the front. That is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's get ready to go. Stand up nice and straight and tall. Keep that core nice and strong and high knee. Open. Ankle up some more, down and back. That's 1 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 2 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 3 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 4. Remember, this is not about making yours look perfectly like mine. This is about trying to get as much range of motion out of your leg, using your own muscles, lifting you, rotating you, bringing you into the craziest range of motion that you can reach using your own power, and so that you build control, you build strength, and you build mobility all at the same time. That's 7 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 8 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Last one, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. Woo! Give that leg a little smack, give it a little shake, give it a little wiggle, loosen it up, and let's continue on the other side. Whew. Catch your breath. If you're out of breath, let your muscles relax, and let's go. All your weight is in one leg. Stand up nice and strong, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 1 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. When we're bringing that ankle up, I want you to rotate the leg so that the knee is pointing forward and the ankle is horizontal, right? And I want you to keep on lifting the ankle up higher, 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 higher. From the side, it's going to look like this, all right? But from the front, it's going to look like this. From the side, it's going to look like this, all right? Bring the leg down and back from there, and that is 1, maybe 2. I think that's 1. I think we already did 1. That's 2. That's 2. 8 more. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 3 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 4. Remember, the goal here is to contract your muscles, is to use your own strength to pull your legs into these crazy positions. So you build strength, you build control. That's 6 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 7 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 8 high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Last one, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. Woo! My hamstrings are feeling it. Shake out your legs. Give it a little wiggle. Give it a little flap. Do a little dance. Get loose. All right. We're going to move on into our reverse hip curls. All right. When we go in reverse, they look a little bit like this. We're going to be doing the same movements, just in backwards order. All right. Start by bringing the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings. Flex the glutes. Feel the stretch right here in the front. Lift that leg up to the side. And get your knee and ankle about the same height. Rotate the knee down. Lift the ankle up. Rotate the ankle down. Lift the knee up. And bring that knee to the front. That is 1. We're doing 10 of these. All right. Take your time. Breathe. Let's go. Stand up nice and straight and tall. Grip the floor. Spread your toes. Grab on. Stay secure. And let's do it back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. 1. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 2. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 3. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 4. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 5. Back. Side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 6, back. Side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's 7. It's crazy. I got rid of the foam because I spilled some water on it earlier today and it was a little bit wet. That's 8. And my balance seems a lot better right now than usual. That's 9. One more, back. Side, ankle, ankle, knee, that is 10. Reverse hip guards. We are done with this leg. It is ready to chill. Give it a flop, give it a shake, and get ready to finish up with our final leg. All right. Whew. Let's do this. Stand all your weight on one leg. Get some nice balance, and let's begin. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Keep going. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 4. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 6. Back, side. Ooh, now I'm off balance. Ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 7. 3 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 8. 2 more. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Oh, we're done with those hip curls. All right. If you're just joining into this show for the first time ever, those were called hip cars. They're designed to get you to move your own legs using your own muscle power into the deepest rotation that you can handle. And if you're not tired, man, you're crazy. All right. We're going to move on into our second warm-up exercise. It's called the elephant walk, and it looks a little bit like this. All right? We're going to fold at the waist, at the hips. We're going to bring our belly button down towards the ground as we fold. If your back is feeling all sorts of tension right here, right now, that's okay. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, relax. If you're a little bit more stiff in the hamstrings, you're a little angled up like this, that's absolutely okay as well. All right, just try your best to relax for a second, and we're going to get moving in just a bit. All right. Next, I want you to add a little bit of movement. I want you to bend one knee. I want you to straighten out the other leg. I want you to fold forward a little bit more. From here, I want you to switch from side to side. Switch, and 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 switch. Keep on going back and forth. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. And we're going to keep doing this until I'm done telling you about the show. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every day so that we can all suffer together, all right? And make a little bit of progress towards some hip mobility, towards some side split goals. If you like hip mobility, if you need to work on it a little bit more because you're feeling a little stiff, make sure that you hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep on coming back because we do this every day to help both of us, me and you, stay consistent. All right. All right. Now that you know about the show, let's wrap this movement up. Fold your belly button down a little bit deeper. Feel that hamstring stretch build in intensity. 5 more. 5. 4. Keep on folding. Feel that hamstring stretch. 2. 1. 0. All right, pop into a little bit of squat. Come on back up into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. Check out your legs. Do a little flop, do a little dance, do a little wiggle. And let's get ready to get into our third warm-up exercise. All right. Number 3 is called thoracic rotation. The T-spine, the thoracic spine, is basically this chunk of your spine. All right. Below the neck, more or less about the belly button-ish area. It's designed to rotate and bend and round and back bend and all that stuff. Most of us, we're not doing very much of those things. So we're going to add some rotation right now. And I want you to get back into position. The same one we were just in, where one leg is bent, one leg is straight, and we're folding our belly buttons down towards the ground. All right. From here, we're going to take the arm on the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to that straight leg. We're going to push off the bone, not the ankle, not the knee, the bone. All right. We're going to push off, rotate our chest, rotate our spine. I want you to try to extend your other arm into the air. If you're angled a little bit more, that's fine. Just try your best to get to as far back over your shoulder as you can. All right. Reach up. Look at the hand so your neck is rotating. Inhale. Exhale and rotate some more. That is half a rep. We got to do the other side. This leg is now bent. This leg is straight. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side, reaching to the straight leg, pushing off that straight leg to help rotate. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo, that's one. When I say exhale, reach, I really mean it. Let the air out of your chest. It's going to take a whole bunch of pressure out of your lungs, and it's going to let you rotate a little bit further into your stretch. That's one. We're doing 5 of these. Let's go. 4 more. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 2. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. 3 more. Other side. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. Keep going. 4. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And last one. Before we explain it all again from the top. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. That's 4. For number 5, we're going to cover it from the top just in case somebody came in between 2 and 4. Right? We are bending one leg. We're straightening out the other leg. We're folding our belly button down towards the ground. We're going to take the arm from the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to that straight leg. We're going to push off the shin bone, not the ankle, not the knee, the shin bone, to help us rotate our spine. All right? We're going to look at the hand once it's up in there, so our neck is rotating. And we're going to inhale, exhale, and reach over our shoulder. That's 5. Other side, inhale, exhale, and reach. Woo! That is some thoracic rotation. Hopefully, your spine is feeling a little bit looser and you're able to do some body rolls and shakes and wiggles and take advantage of the fact that you got your back to move through a little bit of extra range of motion compared to normal. All right, we're going to move on into our 4th warm-up exercise. It is called the Cossack switch. It looks a little bit like this. We're going to open up our legs a little bit. It doesn't have to be crazy just yet. We're going to pop into a deep squat on one leg. All right, it's going to go look like this as we come down to the ground. We're at a deep squat on this side, and we're extend this leg out like it's a side split on this side. All right. If you're new to the show, you can try your best to get down, but you might end up something looking like this. All right. That's absolutely okay. Cool? Because wherever you are right now, our next step is to move our butt that away to get here. All right. If you're a little bit higher up, it might be a little bit easier for you to scoot your butt right on over. Great. If you're a little bit lower to the ground and you're like, what? I have to get to the other side. See if you can put your hands down. Walk yourself over just a little bit. Nice little bit at a time and switch on over to the other side. All right. Come on back. And that is 1 rep. We're doing 10 of these in total. If it feels a little too intense, you can't handle being low on the ground, feel free to come on up a little bit and keep going from side to side. Take a little break if you need it. All right. Otherwise, just drop on down. Get low as you can. And let's keep going. Come on across. Try to breathe and sink into the stretch on the other side. Feel that stretch in your ankle, in your quads, in your hips. And come on back. That is 2. If you're strong enough, if you feel like you can do this without your hands, feel free to continue without your hands. If you are not strong enough, you're like, no way, Jose, that is absolutely fine. You don't have to push if you don't want to. Cool? Keep going. That's 4. At this point, if you're looking for more of a challenge, we can give you more of a challenge. Optional, of course. Try to sit up a little bit straighter. Lift your head up, lift your chest up, stick your arms out in front of you, and let's keep going. This is 5 and 5. Keep going. 6 and 6. Remember, if your legs are tired, if you're suffering, you can do an easier variation. You don't have to do exactly what we are doing. I'm giving options to the people who are more advanced, but you can always start and stay right here. 7 and 7. All right. For the rest of us, if your knees are feeling uncomfortable right now, and you're like, ooh, I can't keep going at this rate, come up a little bit. All right. We're going to do it together. Come on up. Slide across and sink on back down. Come on up. Slide across and come on back down. That's 8. When I say come up relative to you. All right? Wherever you were doing these reps, come up from that position and slide on across. I think that's 9. If you're ready for one last rep, we're going to do a squat. All right? I want you to power through this leg that's squatting right now. Go, boom, come back into standing and slowly drop on down on the other side. With control, and catch a breath. And let's go. Squat and finish this off. That is 10 reps of Cossack switches, Cossack slide things, and a Cossack squat if you were hanging out and doing that last one with us. All right? Again, please take the movements at your own pace. Take them as hard as you want to. If you feel like you're ready for a challenge, go try a different variation. If you're not ready for it, stick with what you know. That's okay. All right. Our goal is to help us practice consistency. If your body's all beat up because you take on challenges that it's not ready for, you're achy, you're injured, you need to rest more, that's not going to help you stay consistent. All right. So don't feel like you absolutely need to push to your absolute limit every single day. That is not how consistency works. You got to save a couple reps in the tank so that you can show up tomorrow. All right. All right. Where are we going with this? We're done with our 4 warm-up exercises. We're moving on into our stretches. If you somehow don't know, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering we're about to continue to put ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little easier to stay consistent with. So if you like side splits, you like hip mobility, you want to work on consistency, you need a little help to work on consistency, we're here every single day starting at 9 p.m. Eastern doing just that. All right, so hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back and do all the things you need to do to make sure you end up back here at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you're not in the Eastern time zone, by the way, we started like 18 minutes ago. So whatever time that is for you, that is when you should be here. Cool? All right. Next, we're going to move on into our first stretch. It's a hamstring stretch. What we care about right now is having a little bit of padding for your knees. I got some foam, like gym flooring mat stuff from Costco, my favorite store, and you do not need anything like this if you don't have it, all right? If you have some carpeting, that might be enough to get you started. If you have a stuffed animal that your dog has ripped apart, or a dog toy your dog has ripped apart, stick the stuffing back in, stick it under your knee, you're ready to go. Dirty laundry, roll it up, stick it under your knee, you're ready to go. Old flip-flops, old sneakers, couch cushions, decorative pillows, anything with a little bit of cushioning, stick it under your knee, and we're ready to begin, all right? When you have your cushioning, we are going to get into a kneeling position, all right? Stand up nice and tall, and then extend one leg in front while maintaining that nice and tall position. Cool? From here, we're folding our belly buttons down to our legs, all right? We're going to take a big breath in, inhale, and fold, exhale, fold. As soon as you get stuck, your hamstrings go, nope, not doing that no more. Feel free to just pause there and breathe, all right? Inhale, exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch, just chill. Let's do it again. Inhale, exhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg. There shouldn't be any tension in your neck, in your upper back, in your mid back. You're just relaxed, you're just flopping over. All right. Inhale, relax. One last time. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. That's 3. Now, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is bring your knee up into like a Captain Morgan's pose, into a lunge. Then I want you to try and fold your entire upper body down to meet that leg. All right. If you can get here, great. If you're struggling a little bit, you can't fold that far, just try your best. All that we care about is that you tried your best. All right. From here, we're going to put our hands down for a little bit of support, a little bit of balance, and then we're going to straighten out this leg and see if we can get that hamstring stretch going. Whew. Try to keep your upper body nice and low, folded towards that leg when you're straightening out the leg, and that's it. Let's do it again. 4 more times. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Whew, that's 2. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 3. Take your time with this. This does not have to be explosive. It does not have to be fast. I do want you to feel that hamstring stretch when you straighten out that leg. So definitely take that last itty bitty part a little bit slower. All right. Once you've done 5 of these, we're gonna fold a little bit deeper. We're gonna do something called the inhale, exhale, fold. There's 3 things, but we're gonna do them pretty quickly together. All right. On the inhale, we're going to take a huge breath into our lungs. On the exhale, we're going to fold and exhale at the same time. And when we exhale, it's going to be a nice, slow, long exhale. And while you exhale, I want you to focus on bringing the belly button down to the floor. All right? We're folding. If that didn't make any sense, just follow along. Don't worry, we got like 2 more rounds of this. Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold at the same time. Exhale, 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 fold, 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 fold. Belly button down to the ground. Woo! If you're in a deep hamstring stretch, congratulations. If right now your back is working real hard, you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in your neck because you're trying to smash your face into your knee, you're working too hard. Chill, relax. Just let your body flop over your leg. We're not trying to turn yourself into a little ball on purpose. We're just relaxing the spine, all right? Next, inhale, relax. Big breath in. Exhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Again, inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 2. Third time, inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Now we're going to do the knee up, chest down, straighten the leg thing again. 5 more reps. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. At this point, you might have noticed you don't need to bring your knee as high as you were before. You're able to fold your chest down a little bit lower. If that's true for you, fantastic. We're making some progress. Straighten out your leg and keep on experimenting. See how low you can lift the knee, how low you can fold your chest, and feel that hamstring stretch. I think that's 4. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That makes this 5, but I'm not confident, so let's do another one. Maybe 6, maybe 5. Straighten it out, and we're going to fold a little bit deeper. This is the last one, I promise. Inhale, exhale, fold. Y'all ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold. Bring your belly button down. Fold, fold, fold. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, relax. One more. Inhale, relax. And another one more. Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 1. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 2. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 3. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 4. One more. Knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 5. We're hanging out here for 30 seconds. That's the end of this hamstring stretch. All right? 30. 29. 28. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. If you want to do the inhale, relax, or just let your body flop over that leg a bunch of times, perfect. Please do that. 21. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3. 2. 1. 0. That is our hamstring stretch. Come back into that Captain Morgan's lunging pose for a second. Oh, breathe, catch your breath, and come back into kneeling. All right. Flex your glutes, flex your abs, tighten up those big muscle groups, and stand up nice and tall, Superman pose while kneeling. And once your muscles have woken up, we're gonna get into the other leg. All right. Let's go. Extend the other leg out in front. And let's get ready to fold the belly buttons down towards the ground. Ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. Woo-hoo. As soon as it gets stuck, as soon as your hamstrings are telling you no, 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 we're going to inhale and exhale, relax. Ready? Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Woo. That's 1. 2 more. Inhale, relax. That's 2. Woo. Pause for a second. Don't hyperventilate. I know how to give you instructions fast. Just inhale, relax. Let's go. 3 times. Or third time. Relax. Woo. Woo. That's 3 of those. This first time on this leg, you might be compelled by the progress you made on your other leg to push really hard. You don't have to do that. All right. This is a brand new, fresh leg. Take it easy, take it gentle. You don't have to push super hard. Give it its own time. All right. Each leg is going to have slightly different flexibility. That's normal. So don't stress out going, this leg needs to go down more or anything like that. All right. What do we just do? Inhale, relax a bunch of times. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Let's go. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's one. Knee, chest, straighten. That's two. Now that you know, you can potentially straighten out your legs and get into a deeper fold at the same time and not have to lift your knee as high. Experiment with it. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Oof, that's four. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's five. Woo. It's time for us to fold. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale, fold that belly button down to the thigh. Fold, 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 fold. Woo. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's two. One more. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That is three. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's two. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's three. Knee, chest, straighten. That's four. Again, knee, chest, straighten. That's five. Hang out here for just a second longer. And we are ready to do our final fold. Y'all ready to go? Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, fold, fold. Bring that belly button down. Woo, feel that hamstring stretch. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg. Let's do it again. Inhale. Relax. That's two. Third time. Let's do it. Inhale. Relax. That's three. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Whew. One. Knee, chest, straighten. That's two. Knee, chest, straighten. That's three. Knee, chest, straighten. That's four. Knee, chest, straighten. That's five. We're hanging out for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28. Remember, we're just trying to relax here. Your back should not be feeling a bunch of tension. You're not trying to stress out your neck, your upper back, your mid back. You're not trying to smash your face into your knee. You're just relaxing. All right. How many seconds do you think that was? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. Take your time. Bring your legs in back underneath you. That was intense. That was a lot. Your calves might be really, really confused and all sorts of messed up right now because of that intense stretch, and that is okay. All right? Breathe. Catch your breath. See, I didn't even come out of our stretch position yet. I'm not even kneeling. All right. That was our first stretch. That was our hamstring stretch. We felt like that took forever. Yes, it absolutely took forever. All right. And the reason why it took forever is because we need to prepare our hamstrings for all the other stretches that are coming up right after this. But most of them are going to go much, 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 much faster than that hamstring stretch. All right. Don't worry. The whole show is not like that. All right. Next, I want you to sit with your butt, your shoulders, your head up against the wall. All right, the wall is your best friend. It's going to support you. It's going to keep you from falling backwards. It's going to make you sit up nice and straight and tall, give you good posture, all those good things. Next, we're going to grab our feet. We're going to bring them together. We're going to pull them in towards our groin. All right. This is our starting position for stretch number 2, the butterfly stretch, or if you're from like the UK, it might be called the tailor's pose. All right. Although if you were from the UK, it'd be like 2 in the morning for you, so maybe that's unlikely. Next, we are bring our knees down towards the ground. That is how we make the stretch feel more intense. I want you to use your glute muscles and your outer thighs to do that for you. All right. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're like, what? I can flex my glutes to do what? Don't worry about the details. Just focus on two things. One, you're feeling the stretch get more intense here in your inner thigh. And two, you saw your knees go down just the teeniest, tiniest little bit. As long as you're making progress in the right direction, that's all that matters. Next, we're taking our hands. We're applying a little bit of pressure right here on the inside of the knee. I want you to push straight down. If you feel a bunch of painful sensations, that's a good sign for you to stop pushing. All right. But if it's just mildly uncomfortable because you're stretching, then keep pushing. We're gonna hang out here for 30 seconds, and I want you to breathe nice and slow and deep. On the exhale, I want you to try and push a little harder, push your legs deeper down. All right. 30 seconds, let's go. 30, 29, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. If you want, you can slowly let your legs go now. Give your legs a couple of seconds to adjust. Give your wrists a gentle shake, a gentle flap. Do some dance moves. Let your wrists wake up a little bit. When they push down like this for a whole bunch of time, your wrists tend to get a little stiff. That's okay. Just give it a little gentle love, a little gentle movement. All right? Play some bongos. Next, we're going to flap the wings of our legs. The butterfly in this butterfly stretch. Flap, 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 flap. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Take off into the air. Fly like you would in your craziest dreams, except if your legs are doing the flying for you and not your arms, that would be a crazy dream. So now that I've, suggested such a thing, maybe you can have a crazy dream where you fly by flapping your legs. That would be kind of a wild dream. All right, we're going to move on. That was our second stretch. We're going to move on into our third stretch, the standing pancake. All right, once your legs are moving, your wrists are okay, let's come back into standing and get ready for some standing pancake. In the standing pancake, what we're going to do is open up our legs a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy. We're going to fold our belly buttons down towards the ground like this. Whee! Ugh. Just like before, as soon as your hamstrings get stuck and they're telling you no way, no more, feel free to just pause and rest. There, all right? If you're a little bit higher up still, that's fine. It's absolutely okay. You're just trying to do the best that you can do and make progress from where you are. Cool? From here, this position, when your upper body is like this, or when your upper body is close to horizontal, this is when gravity is going to pulling you down the hardest. When you're going to feel the effects of gravity the most. All right. If you want gravity to be a little bit more hardcore on you, feel free to extend your arms like so and exhale, relax. Let gravity pull you down deeper into your stretch. If this is not a great position for you because you don't have great balance, blood is rushing to your head, you're feeling uncomfortable, you can try to find a seat on something. All right. If you grab a seat, you can get right back into folding, but you'll have a little bit of support underneath your butt, and it'll make it a little bit easier on you. All right. Otherwise, for everybody else, we're in this position, and we got some optional additions you can make. You can open up your legs a little bit wider and continue folding forward. You can stick your butt back a little bit behind your feet, so stick your butt back, and that will get you to increase decrease the angle of your stretch and make it a lot harder. Cool? Let's go. Arms up, butt back, open up the legs if you want, and 30 seconds, we're getting ready. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our pancake stretch. All right. If your legs are super tired right now and you're like, I can't get back up, what do? Try to wiggle your toes in towards the center of your body. Wiggle your heels in towards the center of your body and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels until your legs are underneath you. And you can slowly walk your hands up your thighs until you're back into standing or something close to it. Oh, that is our third stretch. That is our standing pancake and or seated pancake. All right. If you're in the seated pancake, I hope you figured out how to get out of it because by this point we're already real far past that spot. uh, you probably still walk your hands up your thighs. That would probably be the trick. All right, we're gonna move on to our fourth stretch. I'm pretty sure last night we did the pigeon, so it's time for some figure four. All right. If you're a regular, feel free to jump into whichever one you prefer. But if you're new to the show, I explain one or the other, and I demonstrate that one on a daily basis. All right, so one or the other. Let's get into the figure four. We're gonna do something that looks like this. We're taking one to the other side. We're going to make a nice little triangle right here with our legs. We're going to grab that leg down here, bring it up towards our belly button, and we're going to bring it towards our chest. When you're standing, it's easy enough to bring the chest down towards the leg as well. All right? It's going to look like this. You're going to feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. That is the glute muscle. You're going to feel it probably a little bit in your hamstrings. You're going to probably feel it here in the hip. You might feel a little achiness in the knee, and we'll talk about what to do for that in just a second. But first, let's come on down to the ground. All right? Oh, man, the ground. Oh, lay down. Exhale, grunt. Don't fall asleep though. Just take a breath here. Chill. Enjoy the floor. And all right, let's go. We're taking one leg. We're crossing over to the other side. We're making a nice triangle. If you can, I want you to push this knee further back towards the wall to really open up this triangle so that you're looking at a flat triangle, not like this. If you can't bring your knee all the way back over there, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just try your best. All right. From here, we're sticking our hand through the triangle, sticking the other hand around the outside of the leg that is not crossed over, and we're going to grab the knee. Ta-da. All right. From here, we're going to lean back. We're going to try and pull this leg in towards our chest, and we're going to slowly breathe in and out 3 times. All right. Inhale. Exhale and pull. Lean back. Whew. That's 1. Inhale. Exhale and pull. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale and pull. That's 3. All right. Now that you're in this position, you've pulled the leg towards your chest a bit. We're going to hug this knee with either a palm or the inside of your elbow, and we're going to pull everything towards your chest. Ready? Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Keep on pulling that leg in towards your chest. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pulling. Don't stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo! That is one leg. Let's do the other. Take a second. Let your legs relax. Do a little shake with your legs. Flop them around. We're not doing the butterfly, but this might feel very similar to it. Flop the legs. And let's go ahead and start the other side. Take that leg. Cross it on over. Try to push this knee back if you can to open up a nice flat looking surface here where this triangle exists. And we're going to reach. Let's go. Grab that leg. Other leg. One hand through the triangle, other hand around the backside, and pull that leg in towards your chest. We're going to inhale, exhale 3 times, and pull our leg towards us. Inhale. Exhale, pull. 1. Inhale. Exhale, pull. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, pull. All right, that's 3. Feel that stretch in the side of your glutes right here, and grab that knee with your palm or stick it in your elbow pit. Let's pull. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28. Keep breathing. Keep on applying steady pressure. Pull a little harder, pull a little harder, pull a little harder as you breathe in. And out. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax everything. Breathe. That is our fourth stretch. Woo. Chill here for a second. Catch your breath. Don't fall asleep though. That's not good. That's not what we want. Just relax. Exhale. And all right, let's get ready. Ooh. It's time for stretch number 5. All right. Hopefully, you're feeling a little looser. You're feeling a little bit smoother. You're moving a little bit better because you've been stretching it out for the last 40-ish minutes. We're going to jump into our 5th and final stretch now. All right. We're going to do some side splits. If you somehow don't know, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We've done a whole bunch of different stretches. All of them together help to prepare the muscles that we need for our side splits, which we're about to get into. If you've never done a side split before, don't worry about it. We're going to walk you through. I'm going to talk you through different props to help make it a little easier on your body, and you don't have to worry about it. All right? If you like hip mobility, if you want to work on side splits, if you like the idea of having a little bit of help practicing consistency, I want you to know that we do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started 42 minutes ago. And you should absolutely come back to stay consistent because we're here every single day. And you help me, I help you. We all get together and get more stretchy or something, right? Something like that. Next, you should hit follow, you should hit subscribe, and let's get back into our stretches. 5th stretch is the side split. All right. In some other training terminologies, it's called the middle split. When I was 15, I called the side split. This was before, like, I don't know, not that YouTube didn't exist. It's just like I called things my own thing, and I didn't verify anything on Google back then. All right. That came later. Anyways, so I've called it a side split since I was 15, and I'm sticking with that vocabulary. So what we're going to do before I go on a deep ramble is grab a little bit of hand support. All right. The purpose of this hand support is to give you something to hold on to so that you can get into a position that looks like this. Your legs are going wide and your hands are holding up some of your body weight for you. All right. This, what I have, is a little folding stool off Amazon. It was like $9 back in the day. Now it's probably more because of inflation. But you don't need this precise exact thing. It doesn't actually matter that much, right? If you got a taller one, I'm short. I need step stools, all right? So don't judge me. If you got a taller one, feel free to use a taller one. If you got yoga blocks, because there's some other fitness thing that you started doing at some point, feel free to use those. You don't have to stack them on top of each other. I just like to do that because it fits so perfectly. If you have anything else that will be nice and solid that you can put your weight on that won't collapse underneath you, that is light enough for you to kind of move out of the way and adjust when you need to, then you are about ready to begin. All right, I'm going to throw all this other stuff out of the way. Try not to break anything, and then we'll get started. Cool? By the way, if you are struggling to find something, here's a couple of things that you can also use that's not one of the things I just suggested. If you have a chair, nice and sturdy chair, feel free to use that. It might be a little bit higher up, and that's okay because you can always drop onto your elbows instead of having your palms down like in our first demo. All right? If you have a coffee table, if you have an ottoman, you have something that's a little bit funkier, that's not quite so light, that's a little bit more intense to move out of the way, that could be fine as long as you got enough room to wiggle out and sort of push things a little bit. So those are some other options. All right. Oh, Benji, are you going to join us? Nope, never mind. I didn't say your name. Don't let me distract you, doggo. All right, let's get into some side splits. I want you to take your hand support. I want you to walk up to a wall. All right. I want you to put your butt up against the wall so that your butt is touching the wall, right? Literally. The wall is going to be your best friend. So what I want you to do is stand up nice and straight, open up your legs, and prepare to fold with your butt still on the wall. Fold, bring your belly button down. Whee! Put your hands on your hand support. Open up your legs and find a slightly wider position for your legs where your hands are giving you a little bit of help. All right. From here, we're going to rotate our legs so that the inner thigh is facing forward. It's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to rotate the leg backwards 90 degrees so that the heel is down, the toes are kind of pointing up, the knees are kind of pointing up, and the inner thigh, that is pointing forward. All right, we're gonna do that on both legs. Boom, heels down, toes up, knees up, inner thighs facing forward. Give me just a second. Hang out there, right there for a second. I'm gonna let the dog out of the room because he doesn't want to be here anymore. He's tired of my nonsense. He's like, side splits again? Don't you do this every single day? He's so fed up with it. All right, let's continue. From here, heels down, toes up, knees up. We're gonna get back into, if you're not here already, hand support position. And we're going to slowly let our butt slide down the wall as we get slowly closer and closer and closer and closer to the floor. Yours does not have to look like mine. Take your time. If you're able to go a little further down, go ahead, go further down. If you're not able to go further down, don't push yourself. It's okay. We do this every day so that you can make steady progress. You don't have to get it all in one day. All right? From here, I want you to find a nice comfortable spot where you feel like you're in control. You don't feel like you're about to slip. You don't feel like you're about to fall. You don't feel like you're about to lose balance and nothing crazy is happening. You're just like, oh, yeah, I guess I could chill here for a little bit. That's the vibe that we want. And the reason why we care about this is because right now what we want the most is for your muscles to relax. We don't want them to be tense. We want them to relax. So if you feel like you're about to tip over, your muscles are automatically going to tense. If you're afraid right now of something bad happening, your muscles are going to tense up. All right. So, hopefully, you found a comfortable spot you can control. I don't know how many more times I can repeat it without this getting really long. So, hopefully, you found that spot. Now, we're going to breathe. We're going to try and relax as much as we can. All right, inhale. Big breath in. Slowly exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little deeper into your stretch. All right. Every time you sink a little deeper, your legs are going to shift, your butt is going to shift. You might need to adjust and find a stable, comfortable position again. All right. Feel free to do that. Don't, stay stuck in a weird position because I didn't tell you to move. Cool. All right. Let's do it again. Third time. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. These are all optional from here on out. All right. If you want to, do a little wiggle to the right, a little wiggle to the left. Push your heels out a tiny little bit so you can get just a tiny bit deeper into your stretch. This is enough. We're ready to start our first side split. Right now, our toes are pointing up. Our heels are down. Our knees are pointing up. The top of our head is pointing up. Our hands are on our hand support. Our butt is against the wall on butt support duty. And 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. That is it. If you can, push your hand support out of the way. Walk your hands forward just a little bit. Slowly crawl. Bring your legs in underneath you. That is our first side split. If that felt like a lot, if that was crazy, because we were there for so long, I know. I try to be very thorough on the first explanation, this first go around, to make sure that nothing feels crazy, nothing feels too fast for the people who are dropping in for the first time. But that means, like, stay in that position. You're suffering in that position for a while. Plus, I had to let the dog out, man. It's the dog's fault. Let's do that. Let's blame the dog. Uh, we're gonna move on into the second side split real quick, and I promise the instructions will be much shorter. We'll go a little faster on round 2 and round 3. Cool. All right. When you're ready, come on up into standing. We got to shake out the tension we just put into the legs. So shake out your ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. If you're new to this show, the purpose of this is to look at your ankle go all over the place. If your legs are going flying all over the place, there's no way those muscles are staying super tense. All right? That's just how it is. If they were super tense, your ankles would not flop around. You'd be like, and you'd be a weird robot thing, all right, with no joints. Switch to the other side. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 and whew. Make sure both legs are feeling pretty even. Take a couple of steps, do a little dance, do a little shimmy thing, and just make sure you're moving okay. All right. Next, we're gonna move on into our hips. I want you to put all your weight into one leg, and in the other foot, I want you to put just like the big toe down. so that this knee is bent. I want you to point this knee as far to the left or as far to the right, depending on whatever angle or whatever, how mirrored how the video is mirrored wherever you're watching it from, right? And I want you to feel the stretch right here in the front of your hip when you open up that leg. And then I want you to do the opposite. I want you to contract this hip, bring the knee in so that they're touching each other, all right? And then continue. If you're new to this show, you don't have that much control. You're like, what the heck is happening? This is intense. Feeling all those feelings. Just focus on building some range of motion, building some control first, and that would be a great place to start. All right. If you've been here for a while, you can go a little faster. You can have a little fun with it. You can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn into a dance. All right. Let's switch to the other side. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down. Knee in, out, in, and out, and in, and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. All right. That's enough. Shake out your legs, shake out your arms. We're getting into side split number 2. We're going to go a little bit faster, a little less instruction on this one. Move your butt up to the wall with your hand support. Open up those legs. Get ready to fold belly button down towards the ground. Hands on your hand support. Let the legs go a little bit wider. All right. Next, rotate the legs so that the heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. If you're new to the show, please do this with your hands on your hand support. I like to do this standing because I'm a show off, and also because it's easier to point to things when I don't know, I feel like it's easier to point to things when I'm not stuck on the ground pointing to them like this. All right, next, here we go. Open up those legs. Let your butt slide down the wall. Adjust your hand support. Find a comfortable deep stretch where you don't feel like you're slipping. And when you found that spot, let's breathe. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into that stretch. Whew. If you don't sink into the stretch, that's fine. All right. If you suddenly get all flustered and you're like, I'm not sinking, and you're trying really hard, it's not going to make it any easier for you to sink. All right. It's just going to stress you out and make your muscles more tense. Let's do this again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Third time. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Optional wiggles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're done. It's time for our second side split. All right. This time around, I want you to see if you can put your hand support slightly in front of you so that you can rotate and lean forward. When you do this, your knees and your toes are pointing forward and up at like a 45-ish degree angle. You're going to feel more intense of a stretch here in the inner thighs. That's what we want. 30 seconds. Let's do it. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do this with or without your hand support, all right? So just because I'm doing it without doesn't mean that's the only way. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. Move your hand support out of the way. Walk your hands forward. Come on out of that stretch. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to because that was hard. Whew, that was our second side split. Take a second, chill here for a little bit, and let's get ready to move on into side split number 3. All right, take a step forward. Come on up into standing. Shake out your legs. Shake, 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 shake. Do a little wiggle. Do a little dance. Shakety, shake, 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 shake. Flop, 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 in. If that feels good, move on to the leg. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Again, the shaking of this ankle primarily is so that you can prove to yourself that your muscles are relaxing. All right? If your muscles are relaxed, your ankles are going to go flopping all over the place. That is just how it goes. If your ankles were tense, they would not be flopping. It'd be way more stiff. You'd be like, and it'd be very ungraceful, right? So hopefully now your legs are shaken up. Let's move on into our hips. All your weight is in one leg, big toe, the other leg is down. We'll bring the knee in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. You do not have to follow my timing, all right? If you're new to this, focus on building strength, building control, building range of motion. If you're a little bit more experienced, go a little bit faster, have a little bit more fun with it. And if you are just tired of doing this, feel free to shake a little faster, shake it out, get loose, get relaxed, and just get ready for our third and final side split, all right? One last final shake. Let's get ready to go. Take your hand support to the wall with you, butt to the wall, hand support in front of you. Open up those legs. Let's fold. Whee! Hands on your hand support. Butt on the wall, legs a little wider. Let's rotate those legs. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Adjust. Let your legs go a little wider. Let your butt slide along the wall. Adjust your hand support so that you can carry some of the burden of your body weight with your arms instead of just putting it all in your legs. And let's find a comfortable spot where we feel like we're in control. And breathe. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. That's 2. Going for a third. Let's do it. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Optional wiggles. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Push those heels out just a little bit. And let's get ready to get into the side split. Number 3. You got the option to do what we did for version 1. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up, and head is pointing up. All right. We got option number 2, where you lean forward a little bit. Your knees and your toes are pointing diagonal at like a 45 degree. You're feeling more of a stretch here in your inner thighs. All right. I'm going to do a slightly different version of number 2. And we're holding for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward. Bring your knees in underneath you. Take it nice and slow with control. Woo! Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. That is our third and final side split. Take a second, catch your breath, breathe in. When you're ready, let's shake it out one last time. Whew. Come back into standing. Give your ankles a light shake. Shakety shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Remember, the goal is relaxing muscles, right? So once you've mastered shaking out your ankle, if you want to start combining all of the movements we're working on together, start rotating the leg like this and shaking out the ankle at the same time. You want to just do a lot of crazy flopping all over the place, feel free to do it. All right, as long as you stay balanced, as long as you don't fall over, the more relaxed your muscles are, the easier it will be to jump right back in to side split number 2 or side split number 3. All right, go, shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Get loose. And let's move on to our hips. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe of the other is down. We're bringing the knee in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. If you get really comfortable with these will just turn into dance moves. You'll just be having fun. You'll do some stanky leg and everything will be cool. All right, let's switch to the side. All your weight is in one leg, big toe is down, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and stanky leg, and stanky leg, and stanky leg. And one last final shake. We're gonna move on into our joint checks. Whew. Breathe, relax. Joint checks. We're gonna do some hip circles. All right. We put a whole bunch of pressure all up and down and around our hips, and now they need a couple of quick moments of deep stretching, love, and some attention just in case. As you slowly move through this hip circle, I want you to really seriously lean, feel those hip muscles in the front, in the front, in the side, in the back, in the glutes, and do a couple of rotations. Whew. Come on back around the other way if you haven't switched directions already. And oh man, that is good. All right, we're gonna wrap up with our final thing right now. We're gonna do some calf raises in a crazy squatting position that's gonna challenge basically all the muscles in our lower body all at the same time. All right, what I want you to do is bring your legs about hips width apart, like so. All right, so that you're not super wide, you're not super narrow. You're like here, Superman posing. All right. From here, I want you to pop into a squat, and I want you to lean your chest forward. All right. And then I want you to push your knees forward in that direction too. Boom. So that you're feeling a crazy stretch in your Achilles tendon and in your calves. If you poke your calves right now, they should be nice and tense. All right. Next, from here, we're going to do a little bit of calf raising. Put your hands down for a little support, or hold on to a wall, or maybe even hold on to some of your hand support from earlier for a little support. And come on up into a calf raise as high as you can. Contract those calves. Come on back down. I want you to balance your weight between your big toe and your index toe when you do this. And reset. Lean forward. Feel that contraction. Feel that tension in your Achilles tendon. Come on up. Whew. And down. That's 2. Reset. Knee forward. Up and down. That's 3. Knee forward. Reset. Up and down. Reset. Up and down. Reset. Up and down. Reset. Up and down. By the way, if this is crazy for you, feel free to stop. You don't have to keep going if you're done. That's all right. And I've done like 10. I think I'm ready to call it there too. Whew. What we just did was put a whole bunch of our leg muscles into a crazy amount of work for these calf raises. All right. When you lean super far forward, like this, your toes are going to kick into grip the floor. Your your arch is going to really tense up to help keep you stable so you don't topple over. Your Achilles tendon was getting stretched because your knees were pushed forward, and then your calf was getting stretched, but then you did a calf raise, and then your calves were really contracting. Your quads were kind of holding you up in that weird squatting, pooping position, and they were firing. Your low back was firing because it was keeping your upper back at this crazy angle. And you got your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet, all those little muscles and tendons in between working real hard to get you through that crazy movement. So, if you were able to pull off most of that movement at the end there, I'm still out of breath from it. You're probably fine to go back to whatever else you have to do for the rest of the day. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in, practicing a little bit of consistency, working on your side splits, working on your hip mobility with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the live, and I hope you're now starting to cool off and going, oh man, that was crazy. But I hope you're also moving and feeling a little bit better. Take advantage of that extra mobility, that extra looseness to do some other cool stuff. If you had, something on your to-do list, you're like, I want to work on front splits too, Ken. Well, you're warmed up. Go ahead, add it in. Have fun. All right. Ah, we got a comment that says, "Now we guzzle water." Yes, absolutely. I'm also thirsty. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, I just drank like a third of a liter in one gulp. Bebe says, "Oh my God, great job, us." Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. There's a bunch of you on right now, so I hope you all had fun, and I hope the suffering feels like it's worth it because you walk away, you're going, "I'm way more flexible than I thought." A lot of the time, uh, when you're just doom scrolling, right? You often go, "Oh, I think I can do that," and you hop in, you like do one attempt of whatever you just saw, and you're like, "Nope, nope, nope, I can't do that," and then you write off that experience. Oftentimes, if you warm up a little bit, you give yourself a couple of attempts, and you suffer through it. You flop around a little bit, and you look foolish if you need to for a little bit. Chances are, once you've thoroughly warmed up, your muscles have kicked in, you figured out which muscles you're supposed to be using to do the thing that you're trying to do, it's going to help you perform a lot better, right? A lot of these stretches that we start with, probably, hopefully the hamstring stretch in particular, the first time you fold it forward, you're like, "Ugh," and you're like, there's no way I can do anymore. But hopefully, after all the ridiculous stuff that I put you through round after round after round, you start folding a lot deeper and feeling that stretch go. Are you serious right now? My girlfriend's asking for a cough drop, so that's just what happened. All right. W3A200 says, "Can you us how to do?" I don't know what you're asking me to show you or tell you about, but feel free to ask another question, and I'll try my best. David says, "Oh, hollow body with hands pullover dynamic." Hollow body, hands pullover dynamic. I don't even know what that is. I'm assuming hollow body holds with hands pullover dynamic. I don't know what that means. What's the pullover? Are we doing penguin pull-ups with a hollow body position? Yes, I know what the hollow body is, but where are we pulling over? Are we pulling over onto a pull-up bar? Are we pulling over on the floor? Are we just crawling on our stomach? It's literally just this. Just a normal. Okay, got it. Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. Give me just a second. Yes, on the floor. Bebe asks, why do I burp when I'm stretching? If you got a lot of gas in your intestines, in your stomach and stuff, I don't actually know where the burp gas comes from, but I assume when you're twisting, when you're moving, when you're squishing and compressing, stuff is going to find a place to go. All right. And I assume air just is got the easiest way of exiting when you start bending and folding and squishing all this over here. And I imagine farts come out easier the other way too. Cool. All right. We'll get into the hollow body in just a second. I'm gonna take another quick scroll to see if there's anything else to say, and then we'll be in there in a moment. Andreas, what time we start every day? We start at 9 p.m. Eastern. uh, Buddha Krokuda, who has been here for a lot of the morning lives over the weekends, says, "Yay, no wall angels." Yes, yes, indeed. Wall angels, that suffering is reserved for just the weekends. We don't do that during the rest of the week. Yeah, Tarati says, I'm never in my life split that deep. Achievement unlocked. Amazing. Congratulations. I'm really happy to hear that. Um, all the stretches that we do before we get to the side splits are muscles that are used when you're doing the side splits, right? So the whole thing that we've been doing up until we do the side splits has been preparation for the side splits. So that's good because, most people aren't going to do enough reps, aren't going to do enough work to get fully loosened up and then do the side splits because it takes a long time. The show ran for like an hour, right? It takes a little bit, but I'm glad you have seen the power of that intense, really long warm up. Now you're like, okay, I get it. All right, we all locked in for the side splits. Buddha says, why is my neck popping when doing the side splits? I got no idea why your neck is popping, but I might guess that perhaps you're just leaning really far forward and your back is all tight and stuck and then you're trying to like lift your neck or something. So you're already super round like this and then you're just lifting the top half of your neck and then it's getting a little clunky and funny right around here, possibly. When you're in some of these really far folded positions, in the side split, we're not really folding that far forward. But when we get into a position like this, sometimes you're just desperately trying to keep your face off the floor. You're just going, right? You're just doing something crazy with your neck without even knowing that you're doing something crazy with your neck. But when we're doing some versions, some parts of our side split thing, if you're leaning forward at like that 45-degree angle with the toes and the knees, right, for side split number two, um, you might be in a position that looks more like this, right? So if you're looking up, your neck is suffering because it's pulling really far back, right? Neutral spine would look something like this. So depending on where you're feeling that neck poppingness, it might be that. Cool. What you can focus on is just trying to keep your head nice and straight and neutral and stop looking up. Ruby says, I did it! Amazing, 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 amazing. All right. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit more. Navy Blue Wave says, I love this. Adrian says, thank you. Welcome back, Adrian. It's good to see you. W3A200 says, this exercise motivates me to do it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Leah says, I'm pretty impressed on how far I got through in a couple of days. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. That means it works. Thanks for confirming for me. Leah Bobia says, I sacrificed the knee. I slid too far. Oh no, I hope your legs are okay. Israel says, my feet are sliding everywhere. LOL. That is not uncommon. Part of the reason why I tell you to use the hand support and the butt support in the form of a wall is because it's very likely, especially if your feet are slippery or if it's a little dusty or powdery or something, that your feet are not going to stick down super well. If you combine the hand support, right, with sticking into the ground and the wall so that you don't slide around too much, That might help. Alternatively, if you wear some sneakers with some grippy soles, that might also help. But when your sole is too thick and too chunky, it kind of gets all weird at the ankle where you're, doing that crazy bend in the ankle. So that might help, that might not help, but you can try it and see if it does. All right. All right. Let's see. True Blue says, "Evening, everyone." Leah Bobias and then smiley faces, crying laughter emojis. Amazing. That's a good sign. And we got another request for that hollow body position. Got it. Already says something about this leg needs to go down more. That's basically how the whole entire show goes. You're like, really? My leg is stuck here? Come on, go a little further. All right, that's as far back as I can scroll in the TikTok live chat. So I think I'm gonna scroll back down, check if there's anything else we got left to respond to. Sophie asks, any live in the AM other than the weekends? No, I do not have any other AM lives because I have a day job. But if you would like to help me not have a day job so I can do this full time, let me know. I'll put together like a buy me a coffee thing or something, and then we can get working in that direction. All right. Let's see. We're almost done with the live. I'm gonna check the chat real quick on YouTube. We got a whole bunch of highs from Stacy. Hi, Stacy, and Alan, and Stacy again, and Christina, and Wild and Wave, and Jax, and Queen RR. Welcome. Okay. Flower asks, what time are we live in the AM? On Saturday and Sunday mornings, we're live at 9 a.m. Eastern. Usually, we work on some joint mobility, right? Most of it is just some nice gentle circles to slowly work your way through the full range of motion available in your wrists, elbows, shoulders, neck, and all sorts of different axes: thoracic rotation, side bends, front bends, back bends, hip circles, knee circles, ankle circles, a little bit of toe action, getting your feet working. And then we do some back and posture stuff. It's not super intense, but it is not designed to be super intense because it's the first thing in the morning. I don't know if on the weekend mornings you like to get super intense, but I don't. So that is how we do our Saturday and Sunday morning shows. But most of our lives, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m., which is right now, we do the live side splits and hip mobility show, which is this thing right now, right? Part of the reason why we do this every single night is because the consistency part of training has always been the hardest part, and I used to spend a lot of time finding the best possible list of whatever exercises, programming, etc., to have the best possible workout. And then I do like 3 days and then I'd stop doing it, right? So even if I had the most optimized plan, because I couldn't follow it, it wasn't the plan for me. And I figured out at some point that if I set some time aside to do it daily and I commit to something daily, even if it's not the best, most intense, most optimal, whatever, just by showing up, I'm making progress. So that's sort of what the show is designed to do. Is designed to do enough to help you make progress, uh, and help you to practice the skill of consistency. Help you to set aside time so that you know you got this thing at 9 o'clock that you can keep coming back to, so that you can slowly become consistent because you're so excited about being here. Right? That's that's the goal of the show, at least. I hope I've gotten some of that for you. And I think it's time for us to get into some hollow body. All right. I think the username was W2300. Maybe it was W2T300, something like that. Wants to know about the hollow body hold position. All right. I don't know why my knees are still revealed and why I still got my pants rolled up. I think this is left over from when we were doing the calf raises. But for this position in the hollow body hold, one of the main things that you want to do is keep your low back flush to the ground, so there's no space on the ground. If you're first getting into this for, first time forever, and you're like, I don't have any idea what you mean, lift your knees up towards your chest. Typically, your butt will come up a little bit, and then your back will flatten out. If you are going to test it, try to stab your fingers underneath your back and make sure there's no space for your hands to come across the floor. All right. That is how we want to keep this chunk of our core. And then we're going to challenge it by doing two things. One of them is pushing these legs out away from you. All right. If you can get it to table top, where this is just horizontal, that might be already really challenging for you. All right. If you want to continue pushing the legs out further, it's going to challenge your core. Your low back might start lifting off the ground. Try your best to contract and fight it and see how far out you can bring your legs. That is the leg portion of the hollow body hold. The other portion, I think the pullover component that was being asked about, I don't have a good example for this. Looks maybe a little bit more like this. All right, we're gonna focus on the upper body part. All right, so we're breaking it down into pieces. The hollow body hold position, if you do Pilates, it's just like table, I think is what it's called, can be like this, right? You're contracting your core, you're lifting your upper body up, you're sort of making this banana looking shape, you're curving upwards, right? A crescent moon shape. You can stick your arms in front of you to help you. You can hold your arms to your chest if you feel like that's challenging. And you can also start extending your arms back behind you. If you're getting really advanced and you want to make this really complicated, you can start combining movement and weights to help challenge your core all at the same time. All right. Oh man, my abs, that was hard. All right. Now that we've kind of covered the basics of that movement, let's reset and let's do it again. Low back, flat to the ground. Bring your knees up if you need to. Wiggle your hips around. Make sure there's no space underneath you for any space or anything to go underneath your back. Extend your legs out in front of you just a little bit. Bring your chest up. Keep your core really tight. If you want, extend your arms above you, and we're holding. And this is a hollow body hold position. If we can go for 20 seconds at this point, that would be awesome. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. That hopefully was enough of a demonstration, was enough information to get you doing whatever it is that you need to do, whatever your coach told you about, and I hope that helps. All right. We got a question in here that asks, is it okay to have pain under my back during this exercise? Under your back? Probably not. If you have back pain while you're contracting the core, if you're putting a lot of pressure on like one bone in your spine and one vertebrae, that's bad. That seems like a lot of pressure to put on one vertebrae to have enough pain. You can try having a little tiny bit of cushioning if that is because of your physical weight on the ground and your bones, your body parts getting squished onto the ground. Having a little bit of foam might be enough protection to help you make that feel a little less painful. If you're feeling pain because the muscle is contracting and that's just not working for you, that might be something you got to go get checked out, because I got nothing more useful for you with my limited knowledge. All right. It shouldn't hurt. If it's painful because your muscles are contracting, they're spasming because you're cramping right now, because your muscles are weak, that's probably fine. If you're feeling pain because you have absolutely no idea why, there's just like a sharp, intense sensation happening to you right now, that's probably something you should go get checked out, because I got no idea what that is. Cool? All right. One keep scrolling. We got compliments. Spunky says, so handsome. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. W3A200 says, maybe because I have diastasis recti. I got no idea. But I don't know. That is above my non-existent pay grade. All right. Flower says, what time are you on in the AM? Yep, we covered that. That is 9 a.m. Eastern time on the weekends. And Chase says, YouTube has his older videos. Yes, I've been doing this for a lot of days. Daily for hundreds of days. Exactly how many, I got no idea. But all of them, or like 99.5% of them, are recorded and posted onto YouTube after the fact. Sometimes we got like weird internet difficulties or like laggy phone or something weird happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen. But for the most part, every single video I've filmed in the last couple hundred days is over on YouTube. So if you want to watch an old workout video, an old live, feel free to go check those out. Bebe has watched my live for 300 minutes. I don't know if that's like on a weekly basis, if that's ever, but congratulations. TikTok is letting me know you've been here for a long time. All right. I think we are probably done with all of the recent questions and comments in the chat. So I'm going to scroll just a little bit further and take a quick look if there's anything else. I saw this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Bree says, I did it with 2 exclamation points. Congratulations, Bree. Dude, there's some really good positivity in this chat, and I appreciate it. It makes me feel really good that people are making progress and then also letting me know. Okay, so thank you, everybody who's been like, I made progress, like Leah Bobia. And I saw a whole bunch of others, but I cannot scroll fast enough to find something as I'm trying to find it live while I'm scrolling. Okay, I think this is about where we're going to wrap up the live. All right. We are out of questions. So I got nothing else left to say other than you should check out some of my other content. All right. If you hit follow, if you hit subscribe, you will eventually, hopefully, doom scroll into some of my regular content. Most of the time, it's not about side splits. Most of the time, it's not about hip mobility. Yeah, maybe a little bit sometimes. But most of the time, the goal is to help you recognize that movement doesn't have to be really intense, doesn't have to make you sweat, doesn't have to make you feel awful like you're going to vomit because you just did sprints up a hill or something. Most of the time, a little bit of movement goes a long way. All right. And if you got 2 minutes waiting for the microwave to heat up your lunch, if you got a couple minutes waiting for coffee to come out your machine, if you got a couple of minutes for any of those things, you got a couple of minutes for some movement. Whether that's something really simple that you want to do in place, like some calf raises, or that's something a little bit more intense, like some lunges or squats, or even our warm up exercise today, the Cossack switch from side to side. If you could do 2 minutes of Cossack switches nonstop, that would be a crazy amount of Cossack switches. And if you could do that daily for a whole year, you would be so incredibly mobile, right? Like, don't sleep on those couple of minutes of exercise, because what do we do ours for? With all the instruction, those 10 reps, maybe we did like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. If you could do 2 minutes, just dropping in, doing whatever you got to do, you'd get really good at them really, 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 really fast. All right. So don't sleep on those minutes. I know it doesn't feel like you got a great workout if you're doing a sweat, if you're not feeling sore, if you don't feel beat up sometimes, right? That's the really intense bro part of fitness internet doing this voodoo magic on you. You don't have to be all beat up, right? moving, moving well, enjoying movement is way more important than the very best YouTube recommended way to grow muscle the fastest way possible in 1.5 exercises. All right, whatever other crazy YouTube thing you saw the other day. Movement helps you keep on doing cool things. Lotion is motion, or sorry, motion is lotion. I got it the other way around. I think that's it. That's all I got. Cool. Let me take one last look. W3A200 says, thank you for your help. You're very welcome. All right, that's it. If you got any questions left, feel free to throw in the chat. I know the delay on the comments is like 10 seconds or so, so you can have 10 more seconds to ask anything you want. Otherwise, I'm going to shut it down. All right, Bebe says good night. Thank you. Thank you, Bebe. Oh man, I was really thirsty. I don't know why I'm whispering. Cool. All right. I think that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in, practicing consistency, working on your side splits and your hip mobility. I hope you're feeling real good, moving real smooth. I hope you let everybody in your life know that you're doing really cool stuff and you're moving so good now because of it, making progress in your side splits faster than you ever imagined, and you're having a lot of fun because that helps this thing grow too, and I'd appreciate it. All right? I'll see you guys soon. We're here every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, working on side splits and hip mobility. I'm always trying to bring good vibes, good energy, trying to support you in whatever little bit of movement, little bit of fitness that you're trying to pursue. So come back, hit follow, hit subscribe. What is it? Set a calendar invite in case you don't get notifications. Set an alarm in case you don't get notifications. Before the live starts, there's always going to be a little button that's like join the live or live is scheduled over on TikTok, and it's not going to be scheduled on YouTube because there's like this weird YouTube glitch where if I schedule a YouTube live, the YouTube will start sideways instead of vertical, which is what I want. So That will just happen when I hit live at like 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, sometime in that period, and then you can click in from there. All right. Anyways, now that you know all that, it's time for me to officially, finally say goodbye because I've said this like 4 times. Cool. All right. Bye. Closing out. Fatir says thanks. Thank you. Che sends awesome emojis, and that is officially